What's up, y'all? This is the Black X podcast, Black Experience podcast, or podcast. I guess you can call it a podcast. We just talking. You know what I'm saying? We just having a casual conversation. We talking about across the Spiderverse.
So, are you like a cow or a Dalmatian?
I am the Spot. It's not funny.
Don't do that.
It probably one of the heat, like the most heated, most popular movie out right now. You feel me? So yeah, we just about to talk about it. We was about to do a non-spoiler type video, but I mean, at this point, if you haven't seen it,
yo, come on now.
Come on now. Time is now. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, we geared up. We ready to talk about it. Let's go. Since you just recently seen it,
yeah.
How do you feel? How do you feel about the movie? How you like it?
I loved it actually, man. It was crazy. The thing that I really love the most is like when they, if you ain't seen the movie, you ain't seen the movie, but
right.
when they jump in dimensions, when they jump in universes, like the art is different. Like the way it's drawn is very, very different.
Exactly.
Like you feel like you somewhere different.
Exactly. Yeah. Like every different spider person has a different way that they're designed.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of people that actually like are really deep into like the design and graphics and all this other stuff. The stuff that they do in the movies, the CGI.
Yeah.
And literally, like they were talking about, it's like impossible. Like I don't even know how they made this movie. Basically.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna see some spider people. Here, look.
Yeah.
You gonna see live action spider people with like animated spider people, okay? Like it's just off the wall crazy, alright? So from the top, okay, like essentially we get a little bit more backstory of Gwen's story, you know what I'm saying, which is pretty cool. I wasn't expecting to start out with Gwen's story. Everybody was expecting to start out with Miles, but hey, we started out with Gwen, which I do appreciate and enjoy because we actually got to see some backstory. We actually got to see what happened with her, Peter Parker, and everything like that, and her difficulties, her problems, her issues with her father, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
The art, like you seen that art?
It was dripping, bro.
I was dripping, bro.
It was literally dripping.
Like literally based off of the character's emotion in her world, it seems like literally the world around her is just changing. Like the world around the characters is just changing.
Yeah.
That's what I love about the Spider-Verse movies. Like the art design is just ridiculous. But yes, we got to see the dynamic between her and her father, and then Spider-Man 2099 jumps in. Oh my god, when this nigga jumps in. Oh
even
my god.
The music gets like
Jesus! Like I haven't been that hyped since like the Prowler music when it pops up. Like Jesus! And then you got that cape in the back. Like you're just like, God, who does he think he is? You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
But yes, he pops up. He's like literally they're fighting the Vulture from like a different universe. So essentially, it's like a Renaissance era type Vulture, which was pretty cool, especially since they're in an art museum, something like that, Van Gogh and all that. You know what I'm saying? Like it seems like he's a little bit more focused on the art. You know what I'm saying? Whatever, what have you. But yes, like he was off the chain though, and they had something where it's like they actually have captions. Yeah. You know, how they had the captions on the actual screen so you can actually see what the fuck these characters mean, what they say. Like, I love when they were talking about, like, hammer space.
That's what I was thinking.
Hammer space. But anyway, hammer space, right? Yeah. Hammer space was the idea that, like, literally you could just pop out of nowhere, anything. Like,
I got a bag. You don't know how deep this bag is.
Exactly. And I think they got that analogy from like it was like Spider-Ham, right? Spider-Ham.
Yeah.
Because he was able to just pull out anything he wanted. Anytime he wanted, you know what I'm saying? Which was crazy. Like, I just love seeing that. Yeah. But that's why he was like a big deal. Like they like all three Spider people. When I say three, can't forget Spider-Woman.
Yeah.
Exactly. We got Spider-Woman. She got the damn spider webs coming out of 5 fingers.
Yo, that's crazy.
Goddamn, she got the motorcycle wearing.
That's crazy.
And she
that's
pregnant.
Kind of hard. That
is kind of hard. That is kind of hard. And she pregnant though. Like that's crazy. Like she doing a lot.
She whooping your ass with a kid.
She whipping your ass with a kid on a motorcycle. You feel me? You hear me?
Crazy.
Like, she going hard, all right? But
And
yes.
she's black. Like,
And she's black. The black representation in this movie in itself. We'll get more to that once Hobie went, you know what I'm saying? Once Spider-Verse started
I got you.
Look, all right. But yes, like, you know, the adrenaline, like, that's when, like, everything starts, like, the rush in. You know what I'm saying? When Spider-Man 2099 comes in, you got Spider-Woman comes in, they're all trying to tackle down the Vulture and stuff like that. Gwen's dad's getting in the way. Like, she's trying to get him out of the way. And then they finally get the Vulture down and all have it, and then essentially yes, her dad catches up with her. And then uses like try to like he was like, hey, stop it.
Who you are. It don't matter who you are.
Yeah. She revealed herself to him.
Yeah.
And he still was just like about to lock her up.
He was a cop at that moment.
He was a cop. And I did see something where it's like the visuals, like you see half of him. Like he's like half blue, half red, or half whatever the color she was, like
torn.
You could tell he was torn between like, should I be a cop? Or should I just be like or should I be a dad at this point? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And with those pieces, you know what I'm saying? Freaking Spider-Woman's just like, hey, Miguel, like, why don't we take the girl? Why don't we take the girl? You know what I'm saying? She feeling some type of way. And yeah, she was just like, nah. Like, you know what? Fuck it. Like, I don't even want to talk to you, Dad. Like, you really just pulled the gun out on me, even though you know I'm your daughter. You really want to go against Spider-Man? You really think I'm the enemy that bad? Oh nah,
Your
I'm
own
out.
kid?
Your
No,
own
you know
kid?
me.
Exactly. Like, I can only imagine how she felt. You know what I'm saying? Probably crazy. But yes, she got accepted by Miguel O'Hara to go into the Spider-Verse with all the rest of the Spider people. And that's when we cut off from Gwen, right?
Yeah.
That's when we cut off from Gwen, and then we get right into Miles' system.
Honestly, the Gwen part gave me so many more questions.
Yes.
Now,
What are these questions? Yeah.
All right, so you know, this might be jumping the gun.
It might be. We can talk a little bit about it. We can talk a little bit about it. Let's go to the jump.
Canon event, right? Gwen Stacy has a canon event.
Yes, you're right. You're right.
Now my question first is: does each Spider-Man, could a Spider-Man have more than one canon event? Because to me, Gwen mirrors Miles. In the sense of
because they both have like Captain Dads and stuff like that, so and they both have to deal with that situation.
Yes, and they lost somebody who's not their dad first.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. You're right on that. You're right on that. Yeah. Like a lot. Yeah. They're definitely their stories are very intertwined, especially with their similar backgrounds.
Yes.
Like with them both having Captain Dads and all this other stuff. Like like it's super similar. So I wonder how that will tie into. If you have not seen the movie already, it's time. Like, you know what I'm saying? What am I doing? But like literally, like hopefully when we get to the second part of the second movie, you know, Beyond the Spider-Verse, hopefully we get some kind of like we see how that all ties in. You know what I'm saying? We can see how like her story kind of resoluted. Am I saying it right? Resolved. You know what I'm saying? We gonna say tomato. Yeah. But anyway, like you know, we see it was all resolved.
Yeah.
And hopefully, well, I would assume like kind of towards the end of the movie, you can see that kind of transferring over to Miles. Yeah. But yes, so at this point, well, unless you got some more with Gwen. All right. There was a lot with Gwen. Gwen is like low key like a side, like he's a main character. She's a main character with it. Yeah. Like it's Miles and Gwen's story low key. Yeah. It's like intertwined. I mean, mostly Miles, but you know what I'm saying. So it is. Yeah. But so we cut off from Gwen. I'm trying to keep us on track because we're about to go everywhere.
You can go anywhere.
But the crazy part about it though is such a like every time I go into this movie, I keep thinking to myself, it's not that long of a movie. Like I mean, it's a long movie. It's a long movie, but it's like when you think about it, like in terms of everything that happened, there wasn't that much that happened.
True.
There really wasn't that much that happened. Like you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like Miles got introduced to Gwen again. You know what I'm saying? They had the little thing. He found out something was happening with the Spot. The Spot. We haven't even talked about the Spot. Jesus. I mean, that's the Miles part. That's the Miles part. We haven't got the. But yeah, like does the stuff with the Spot. And goes into the Spiderverse, finds out about the Spider. Well, goes into India, Spiderverse. You know what I'm saying? And there's stuff that there, and then goes back to the Spiderverse, finds out more about him, and then kind of leaves, comes back, and then dips, and then at another universe. You know what I'm saying? It's I like how they put a lot into those moments. You know what I'm saying? Like I felt. Like I can genuinely talk about each moment because I felt like they took time and they took care into each moment and each character. The way you actually felt something for each character. But as I said, we going off track because it's a lot. But anyway, Miles part. So Miles gets introduced. You got freaking his mom, his dad. They're just sitting there, I guess, with the school counselor, or whatever, what have you.
Together for college.
Yeah, trying to get them together for college. And like the lady's just like, hey, look, I got this empty sheet. I don't know who your boy is. You know what I'm saying? Like who Miles is. Like what are you doing here? Like, and Miles ain't even here yet. Like what is going on? You know. And Miles is doing his own thing. You know, he's a spider person. You know what I'm saying? He's a Spider-Man. He's taking over for Peter. So he's out there. He's fighting the Spot. And the Spot is just like the funniest character, I swear. He starts off like super funny. Like, he starts off like ridiculously funny. Like I was not. Yeah. Nobody was taking him serious at all. Yeah. He's the antithesis of like when you cap on like the kid just for being like a clown, and then all of a sudden
goofy.
Yeah, exactly. And then the jokes go too far. Like and then he just he brings the book bag in and you're out the door. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just like that's the antithesis of the Spot. Like you should not be joking around with the Spot, okay? But the thing is, the first fight, they're fighting around, they're having a good time. They're like he's trying to take out the Spot, and the Spot is just being very difficult. Like he's punching through the Spot, like hitting himself like holes everywhere. Like there's a problem, but he's on a schedule. He's not even paying attention halfway through. Nah. You know what I'm saying? You guys texting. He's texting. Like you serious? Yeah, but even the Spot was like, bruh, you just gonna text? What the hell is wrong with you? Yo. Super distracted, not saying a word. But yeah, he's just like texting, distracted, and even kids, like the kids with the Miles Morales mask on. He's just like, damn, I don't even want this mask on. You know what I'm saying? He's just like, this is embarrassing. Like I don't even want to like. But yeah, like he's distracted. He's like, it's that perfect Spider-Man scenario, right? Where it's just like he's dealing with his real life and he's dealing with the spider life. And it's very disconnected, and my cat came in, hold on. Battling between two worlds, his spider world and his real life world. And like essentially he's trying to get this wrapped up. He's trying to get it done. Yeah. So he rushes to get the Spot taken care of. He's kind of like trapped for the time being, right? And literally, what is it? Like, oh yeah, he starts to get ready and, you know, to his dad. He's texting his dad the whole time. Like the dad is just like chill about the whole thing. He's just like, oh, well, I mean, he might be on the way. I love his dad. Oh my God. I love his dad so much.
Yo, his dad though, like honestly, that's so. It feels like relatable. Like, you know, your dad is always.
It's like,
right?
Yeah. Like literally, like. Man, like it's just so personal. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It felt so good. Like just like his parents like genuinely love him. You could tell throughout this movie. Yes. And it's like they're genuinely trying to show like expression and love to Miles, whereas Miles is so focused on other things, which obviously he's a Spider-Man, but he doesn't want to reveal that separate identity to his parents. Mm-hmm. So yeah, he's dealing with that tribulation, trying to figure everything out, and and he's feeling like he's failing on both fronts because he's so far apart from each, which mirrors actually their parents, because their parents feels like his parents feel like they're just not doing enough to take care of like Miles, and like they feel like Miles is like separating himself from them, and even though like they were trying to bring themselves closer, he's pushing away. So I just love that dynamic.
Yeah.
Definitely loving parents.
Yeah.
And I love them both. But yes, he's texting his dad. He's on the way. He finally gets there, and he breaks it all down. He's like, "Hey, like this is me." You know what I'm saying? Like, he's late as hell. Like, he's like, "This is me." But yeah, they like he comes to, like he tells a story, like, you know, and the lady, she's genuinely like, "Oh, okay, this is you. This is it. This is the story. This is you. You came from afar. You here. You know what I'm saying? You doing your damn thing." And then the Spot, obviously, he gets out again.
Before we go to the Spot, like the counselor said something that had me like, okay. She was like, "You can't have your cake and eat it too." And he said, "Unless you bring 2 cakes." And
that's like, she was like, "Oh, comedian, all right."
Yeah, okay. But that's the movie, though. You think about it, like,
that's true. That's true. He's trying to have his cake and eat it too. He's trying to have 2 things. Like, he can't be Spider-Man without the sacrifice of another thing happening. So yes, like yes, like she said a lot of things that foreshadowed and as well as told like literally what the Spider people have to deal with. Like in general, like it was a lot of foreshadowing with that character. That was nicely done as well. That was nicely done. That was a nice catch too. That was a nice catch too. I almost forgot exactly everything she was saying. She did say some clever stuff though, like for real.
And man's went and got 2 cakes, but he messed up.
Exactly. He went to get 2 cakes. Literally ended up messing them up.
Yep.
Because he was doing too much. That's like the key word. To stop doing too much.
Yeah.
Dang. Settle down. Focus on one road. You know what I'm saying? Jesus. You're gonna mess up everything else. If you don't focus on one thing. So that I love that little. I love the messaging. The messaging throughout the movie. Like Jesus. Throughout the whole freaking movie. But yeah, the Spot breaks loose again. He has to go. The dad has to go. The mother's just sitting there like, what the hell is it? Like, why'd y'all leave me? What the hell is going on? They always leave. And,
how am I getting home?
Exactly, that too.
I gotta walk.
No way, they just left her with no car.
Oh man.
I would assume after the whole Spot situation, he would have came back and like, you know. All right,
after an hour or two, she just
she was sitting at that school for a minute. That would have happened. That would have definitely been a talk for later, for sure. That would have been a talk for later. But yeah, so they had the situation with the Spot. You got him going after the Spot. You got the dad going after the Spot. They're both going after the Spot. And then during this situation, you get like probably the most important situation where the Spot literally is like telling the backstory of like how he was made and how he was like he helped create Miles essentially, right? So in this backstory, which I've seen a lot of people like point this out, and I even pointed out myself, the flashback when you actually see it. This is like Easter egg portion of this, but yeah, it's like literally a flashback. You can see the spider was about to bite someone else with braids. And literally, like, the Spot is the one that brought the spider over
at that moment
to the universe. Exactly. So at that exact moment, he was about to bite somebody with braids. He ended up biting Miles, and then Miles ended up being the one bitten by the spider. And also too, they've also like shown like in the first Into the Spiderverse. In the first one, they actually show like the spider glitching out. Okay. And that was kind of like an Easter egg from the beginning. I always thought that was kind of weird in the beginning watching the first movie. I'm like, why is the spider glitching? Like, that's never happened to Peter Spider. Like, why is he glitching like that? I thought it was just like a visual thing. Exactly, I thought it was just a visual thing, but no, apparently it was just because it was in the wrong universe, which that's like the big like.
Yeah.
That's the big thing about this movie. Like, just the fact that, just the fact that Miles wasn't supposed to be the Spider-Man in this universe. Like, he was not supposed to be.
Then what was he supposed to be?
He's supposed to job parent. Right, exactly. That's the question. Yeah. That's the question. Especially when you're going into this different other universe, like knowing when he becomes there, like there's so much to speculate about this movie before the movie comes out. I'm just glad the next part comes out next year. All right.
We gotta speculate at the end because.
We definitely speculate. Oh, for sure. Like we're not leaving. We're leaving you off with our speculations for sure. For sure. But yeah, just to wrap through the because okay. So shoot, he's going to backstory. Spot's doing the backstory.
Yeah.
We know how Miles is created, and we know how the Spot's created. Apparently, Miles threw a bagel, hit him right on top of the head, and apparently he got stuck with the explosion of the what do you call it?
Penguins collider.
It's a penguin. The Penguins collider?
Well, it was the collider that Penguin was trying to set off in the first movie.
True. Yeah. Kingpin. It was like Penguin. That's all. Like Penguin.
Wrong universe.
I was like, dang, wrong universe. Right. That's like the DC universe. I don't know. But literally. But yes, Kingpin's collider blew up, and him throwing the bagel. He essentially was trapped there with it, and he ended up colliding with the collider, and he became the Spot. So essentially, he created Miles. Miles created him. And there's this whole thing now. Apparently, like, Miles is the original anomaly, and this whole situation is about to go crazy, it's about to go dumb.
Yeah.
But anyway, he's going through the backstory, they're trying to figure out what the fuck is going on, and then all of a sudden, the Spot kicks his own butt. And that problem was resolved for a quick second. He actually goes into his own hole. Which we would think that we're just done with him completely. But before even that, Miles has a little talk with his dad. It was like a nice little, you know what I'm saying? That's another one of those things, you know what I'm saying? We felt that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We was like, why don't you just give him a little space? You know what I'm saying? He was like, you want to hug it out? Like, he was saying a lot. Like, I just love their conversation. I just love everything about it. But they have their little conversation, especially with Miles, because Miles wants to go out to college, and his dad doesn't want to lose him. Like, he doesn't want to lose his child. He doesn't want to lose his son. And he's just like, hey, like, chill. Like, I'm still your, like, he's trying not to say it, but like, I'm still your son. You know what I'm saying? Just, give me some space.
I'm a teenager. Like,
I'm a teenager. Let me go. Let me do what I need to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that whole thing happened, which was pretty cool. And he actually took the advice too, if you notice from like the very end. He's like, maybe we should just give him this much. You know what I'm saying? He tells that to the mothers. He was like, oh, you just give him this much. So he actually takes the advice, which is pretty cool too. But then we find out that the Spot, after he disappeared, was apparently in his own like universe, dimension, or whatever. Like, he's able to jump through different holes in this dimension, and he's able to go into like different universes, like the Lego universe. Like, the first universe he goes to is the Lego. Yeah. Well, actually, no, that wasn't the first one, but still, he goes into a couple different universes.
Oh, we got hit with the lady.
Yeah. The one with the bag, like the one with the purse.
Yeah.
But it was like 1950s or something like that, old comic book style. And then he went into one where it's like Legos and stuff like that. And that one, apparently, that Spider-Man, the Lego Spider-Man, ended up reporting that
to Miguel.
reporting to Miguel that like literally that this was all going down. Like, there's another anomaly happening here. And which I also too found out that was made by a 14-year-old, which is crazy. Yeah, 14-year-old black kid.
Wow.
Insane. Talented. Exactly. Like, Marvel went out directly. There was like, we need to do a Lego scene. Went out, found that 14-year-old kid, got him. As I said, black representation is off the chain with this movie.
Man, oh man.
Off the chain with this movie. I can't look, I love it.
Yeah.
But yes, he's causing ripple effects. He's doing a bunch of different stuff, right? So shoot, what exactly happened right after that? You were like the most refreshed with the
I'm trying to think. I literally just watched it.
I know.
It's
like from right there.
They went to go find him. Gwen who was tracking the spot.
Yes. Yeah, I think it was around like the cake.
Yeah.
The cake situation.
Yeah.
Yes. So Miles goes to like get the cake after dealing with the spot the second time.
Yeah.
Like finally gets the cake. He's putting too much on the cake. As I said, he's doing too much. He's doing too much. He's trying to balance the two lives. He's doing too much. He's putting too much on the cakes. And like as he's like taking this cake from like what train to like freaking out. Yeah. Like he's taking it everywhere. And he finally gets to where they are. His parents already did a toast, like literally saying that they love him. He's not there. He's not there to reciprocate the love. At all. You know, at all. Like he's super distant. Comes up. He brings the cake. The cake says, what is it? The cake says like,
I'm not proud.
I'm not proud. Like out of all the things to say, out of all those letters, it says I'm not proud. Very awkward situation for Miles there. He for real was just like, damn, like my bad, y'all. You know what I'm saying? We'll do it again. You know what I'm saying? So, but the parents, they're concerned, obviously. Like, Miles is, like, disappearing. He's not going to school. Like, what's going on with you? You know what I'm saying? You would think somebody's in gang violence, some drugs or something like that. But obviously, we know as the audience that Miles is Spider-Man. So, you know, it's that dynamic of, like, what is going on with my child? And they're harping on him to try to, like, get answers out of him. And Miles is just, like, he's just done with it. He's tired. He's just like, you know what? I don't even want to say it. You know what I'm saying? Walks away.
Which makes him look more rebellious.
It makes him look way more rebellious. Like, he definitely needed to open up to his parents at least a little bit. Like, just a little bit. Something. Just a little something. But, yeah, he definitely comes off super rebellious. When he walks away, that scene, oh, my God. I don't know why. Like, I've been listening to the Metro Boomin album. Like, that scene with that, like, that's when you heard the Metro Boomin's, like, track.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I was just like, dang, that's like the perfect moment. Him just walking away, put the jacket up.
Yeah.
I don't need, you know what I'm saying? It was very New York. It was very New York. Like, I love that scene so much. But yeah, he's just like, you know, he goes to his room. And yeah, like apparently he's like listening to music. I think this is the time where Gwen ends up showing up.
Pops from the ceiling.
Pops from the ceiling, you know what I'm saying? Pops from the ceiling. He's listening to the music. He's listening to literally the rest of the Metro track. He sees Gwen. Gwen's like, hey, like, you know what I'm saying? He comes down. They're having a talk. He's like cleaning up everything. He's trying to make sure she's trying to make sure, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a grown man. What you mean? Like, I clean my room with that.
Yeah, he got toys and stuff.
Yeah.
Literally a teenager.
He is literally a teenager, though. This is like 15 or something like that. I mean, you gonna have toys here and there. You know what I'm saying? You gonna have stuff around. But I just thought it was hella disrespectful. She took the whole collector's item.
Oh.
She just ripped that motherfucker off. Like, I was just like, damn.
Like, I had this too. I'm like,
you're right. Like, you know. Why would you disrespect me like this?
Crazy.
Why'd you disrespect me? But yes, she does all that. But yeah, they're just having a playful time. You know, they're happy to see each other because it's been so long. She even sees his artwork and she's like, "Damn, bro, you obsessed? Like, you trying to
really obsessed?
You obsessed with me, huh? Like, you know what I'm saying? The fact that she didn't freak out even at that point, like, she must be feeling my dude. You know what I'm saying? It has to be. Like, there ain't no other way. You know what I'm saying? But they're having a good time. Like, they're leaving out. And then I think they wrap up everything back at the party, actually. After they started swinging and everything. I don't think anything crazy. Oh, she did like shoot a camera for some reason. We didn't know what exactly it was.
Oh, yeah.
At the moment. We were just like, what is Gwen up to? Like, we didn't know. She disappeared halfway through, then she came back. And we were just like, what the hell is going on? And then they're at the party, they're chilling, they're stealing food from the party, you know what I'm saying? He you know what I'm saying? He cool people. He's like, hey, this is my people's party, you know what I'm saying? He's spitting game to Gwen, like, hey, this is my people's party. And then, of course, the parents crash the party. You know what I'm saying? Parents crash the party. Who is this? You know what I'm saying? Say over there, like, oh, she don't speak Spanish. Like, of course. I was just like, of course she don't. Of course she don't. She ain't as seasoned, okay? But She ain't had a season that she wanted, but yeah, they have this conversation. It gets a little awkward, obviously, between the two. I think Gwen gets a notification that Spot is on the move. Then she ends up dipping out ASAP, and then Miles has this important, I feel like, conversation with the mom.
Yeah.
And then that's when I feel like this is Miles's with great power comes great responsibility. Yes. I feel like this is that point for Miles, right? Yes. Because his mom says hey, don't let anybody say you don't belong. You belong anywhere you want to be. You know what I'm saying? And he takes that stuff to heart, especially when you see him go in Spiderverse and they don't accept him because he's the anomaly, right? So it's that messaging alone, I feel like drives Miles's character. You know what I'm saying? Going forward, he just wants to be accepted, no matter who he is, where he comes from. I love that messaging. But yes, they have a heart to heart. The mom says, hey, go ahead, get you that snow bunny, go ahead, do what you need to do. Because she don't know what exactly is going on. She go ahead, get that little snow bunny or whatever, do what you need to do. So yeah, he eager, he's stripped down, he ready to go. He finds Gwen, he ends up finding Gwen. He ends up sneaking behind her because he ends up finding out that they both end up finding out that the Spot essentially has been building up more power to go to different, basically so he can, I forgot what exactly. He literally level up. He wants to become an even stronger villain to beat Miles. And after joking around with him in the beginning, as I said, you don't joke around with the Spot, all right? Because apparently he's taking it too serious. You feel me? Yeah. So he does all that. He gains more power, and he just he dips, he's gone, and Spider-Woman is pissed at Gwen. She's just why'd you I told you check for the Spot. I didn't know you was going to check on your boyfriend. What was going on? And she's but Miles, Gwen wanted to talk to Miles. Miles wanted to talk to Gwen, so hey. But yeah, she shouldn't have done that. She should have been on her job at that point. Unfortunately, the Spot got out, you know what I'm saying, to other different dimensions. So now she has to account for that. And she ends up dipping, and then Miles has this hey, I need to figure out if I want to leave or if I want to take care of this situation. So he ends up taking care of that situation. He's just hey, look, I'll see y'all. I'm going to take care of the situation. He goes into the Spiderverse. Well, he goes into Spiderverse, what was it, India? Yeah. He goes to the universe of India. There's a universe in India. I know that sounds weird.
There's a universe where the Spider-Man is in India.
Yeah, there's a universe where Spider-Man is in India. But technically, I heard that the name of the city is a flip on New York. Oh. It's an Indian New York. It's literally it's an Indian universe. That's all I'm saying. Yeah.
That's sweet.
Yeah. That's all I was just damn. They're in a whole Indian universe. For real.
It's kind of fire.
Yeah. But so they're in this Indian universe. Miles is there trying to help Gwen track the Spot with Indian Spider-Man, which is also pretty funny. Yeah. He's also a pretty funny character. I like this character. Yeah. But yes, they have that little talk back and forth. Miles isn't supposed to be there. He's oh, you in trouble. So that's pretty cool. They go try to find Spot. The Spot finally gets to where he gets more power. He's looking for the engine or wherever the collider, another collider, to gain more energy. He goes there, and they're trying to stop him. And Miles is using his new abilities, which essentially, I think it takes away shields or something like that with his energy force or something like that. He tries to do that, but he is outshined from our newest edition, Spider-Punk, aka Hovey. He literally breaks the glass with his guitar. I don't even know what he used. It was just the sound of his guitar or whatever.
He just came. That's an entrance right there.
That is an entrance though. He is that boy. He came in Spider-Punk. You know what I'm saying? He knew what he was doing, but he broke through. They were able to tussle with the Spot, but the thing is, the Spot still was just too powerful. He was he was cleaning them. Like he piled up the spider people. Like go somewhere. You know? He literally at a point was just like,
I got it.
He said, no. Like he was able to just swipe you away at this point. And this is before he even got even more powerful. Like that's the crazy part,
bruh.
But yeah, he's doing all that, and man,
it's crazy. Think about it, like that was the intro for Hobie, and like I'm sitting there like, yo, who is this guy?
Yeah,
and then you think they're talking about like where Gwen's been crashing.
Right. Exactly. Like, oh, this is Hobie. This the one. Oh man, this is the one Gwen been crashing about. And this is the thing. Like at this point, you're just thinking like, damn, like Gwen been like sneaking and geeking with somebody else. Like, how dare you sneak and geek with some other spider person? You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to be my Spider Gwen. You know what I mean? Like. But you do
that jealousy.
That jealousy. But you do end up finding out that like he thinks of Gwen as like a bandmate.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like he's like that's his drummer essentially, and I'm guessing she was crashing there. Because she couldn't go to her own universe, obviously, because she's still dealing with her dad. But yeah, like he comes in, steals the show, but still not enough. Even for Spider People, not enough.
Nope.
The Spot gets even more powerful, starts destroying stuff within the universe. They have to clean up house, which that was a pretty cool sequence. Just seeing them all just like work. All of them just get shit done. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, they all start doing that, and there was a point where the bridge was about to collapse, and Indian Spider-Man had a important decision. It was like the canon event, right? Yeah. He has to choose between his girlfriend and the captain, which I believe is her dad. Yeah. Which I believe that's the same scenario for like the Amazing Spider-Man, Andrew Garfield Spider-Man. He had to deal with a similar situation. So yeah. And Miles comes to help, but Gwen is just like, I know what's going on.
This is that.
Don't, like, you know what I'm saying? She didn't exactly say what exactly is going on. She was just like, don't, you'll hurt yourself. And he's just like, nah, man, look, I'm good. I'm Miles. You know what I'm saying? I do this. You know what I'm saying? So he goes down, and he ends up saving the girl, or saving the captain.
And girl,
and he and Indian Spider-Man. I don't know why I keep saying Indian Spider. I mean, that's literally his classification. But yes, Indian Spider-Man ended up saving his girlfriend, and yeah, they all like he ends up having them both. He ends up having both cakes.
Yep.
But but the problem is with those both cakes. Now his universe is collapsing.
Yes.
And like
because
literally,
you can't have your cake
and eat it too. You can't. Why? It sucks, but that is life. That is the life lesson, pretty much through this whole movie.
Yeah.
But yes, the people from the Spiderverse start coming down. They're trying to like help with the situation. They're trying to make sure the hole doesn't get too big and stuff like that. And yeah, then they end up, then that's when they go back into, that's when they actually see the Spider-Verse, Miles for the first time, because they got to talk to Miguel O'Hara, Spider-Man 2099, and with that first introduction to seeing all them Spider people, like Miles, like we're experiencing this from Miles' perspective. So Miles is just seeing all these Spider people. We're seeing all these
just
Spider
walking
people.
Around.
What the heck is going on? Like there's just, and Gwen is just like, you know, this is just a lobby, right? I'm just like, what? Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
So go into, you see all the rest of the different freaking Spider people. It's amazing. All the different animations. It's how they did it. I have no clue. You seen Spider Car?
It was amazing. Peter Park Car.
Peter Park Car. That is the funniest. That is the funniest thing. But anyway, you see that. I could just go on all day about the Spider people, but we ain't gonna do that. Getting straight into it, they meet Miguel O'Hara. Miguel's pissed, of course. Like he's just like, hey, I'm taking this serious. The universe is breaking apart. We got these canon events. I can't believe it. And then and I don't need Miles or anybody else messing it up. You know what I'm saying? Miles is obviously trying to be on his side. Like, hey, bro, like I understand. Like, hey, I'm rocking with you. but like
they not rocking with him.
They not rocking with him,
and he don't know why. Like,
exactly, he don't know why yet, right? And Peter B. Parker comes out of nowhere with this Mayday.
Yeah.
Mayday Parker is like the baby.
Yeah.
And he's just like, hey, like why are you so serious? All these other Spider people, like, they're not so serious, but you're so serious. Like, what's going on here? And we find out in his backstory, like he actually found a universe where his family was still alive, and he wanted to spend time with that family, and I guess that universe that other universe, him died, so he just took over for that other universe. He took his own place, yeah. Which apparently that was a horrible decision, because apparently the whole universe just kind of blipped out. We don't know exactly if that was exactly the reason why. Like we still don't know. Like that's what a lot of people are just kind of like, maybe Miguel O'Hara wasn't exactly the fullest truthful when he was talking about his whole backstory and stuff like that. Like we still need to know what exactly is going on there. Like maybe he did something, or somebody else did something in the background that like messed up his whole scenario, his whole background.
Like how did we get here?
Yeah, how do we get here? So yeah, but regardless, we do feel for him. Like he lost his family, like again in a whole different universe. So he's just like, hey, we're done with that. No canon events have to happen, right?
Yeah.
So you see all these different Spider people, like the freaking, what do you call it? The Easter eggs.
Yeah.
Just bunch of. You see Toby with his Gwen, and you see freaking Andrew. Not Andrew. You see you see Toby with his Ben, and you see Andrew with his Gwen. You just see you see a bunch of all the different other animated Spider people with their Bens, and it's just crazy. Like you see all the canon events, essentially, right?
Things that happen across every Spider story.
Exactly. And they even show a universe branching like they did in Loki. If you haven't seen Loki, they show literally the same universe, how it branches off into different universes. So MCU's connected for sure. Oh my god, I just remembered the other Easter eggs, but we'll go back to that.
I know what
Jesus! Oh my god, I forgot all about that part. How?
Yeah.
Jesus. But anyway, so like I'm just distracted by that. But yeah, showing all like the branching timelines and the Spiderverse, how all the Spider people are connected throughout the different universes, which is pretty cool. But you know, Miles is getting told all these canon events is about to happen, and and like how the captains and usually in different Spider people's worlds usually die, and he knows his father is gonna eventually become a captain, right?
Yeah.
So he's frustrated about it. He's just like, wait a minute. My dad's about to be captain.
Yeah.
So what's going on here? You know what I'm saying? And yeah, Miguel is just like, like it's gonna happen. Like it needs to happen. Like I'm just letting you know, Miles. And Miles is just like, nah.
What?
You know what I'm saying? Nah. Like it gets so.
Don't happen. What you think I'm gonna do? Like,
exactly. Okay. Let me just let my father die. Like you know what I'm saying? It's just so stupid. And it's just like that moment alone was so tense too, because it was like it was silent. Like people knew what he was about to do, but like we all knew what he was about to do, especially from the trailers. But it's just like we just kind of waiting. All these Spider people crowding around him. It's just nah.
They about to jump you, bro.
Yeah, and before he even gets that decision, Miguel O'Hara just already put a shield around him, and freaking everybody's just like, hey, like chill. And freaking Spider-Punk being the VIP he is. Okay?
Yeah.
VIP he is. Tells Miles, hey, use that whole palm, my G. Use that whole palm, my G. Breaks out of the shield, and he's out the gates. He's out of there. Like an explosion pops out. He's out of there. He's running. Like all these like Miguel O'Hara's calling all these different Spider people to jump. We've seen so many different freaking Spider people. As I said, I'm not gonna go into detail on all the different freaking Spider people, but yes, all the different freaking Spider people try to jump him. He escapes out finally. from the building, he jumps out and he freaking goes onto like this shuttle. I guess it's going into
spacecraft.
Yeah. I think it's like one of those things because like we're all like at this point, this universe that all the spider people are in. It's in the same universe as Miguel O'Hara's universe. It's like it's the future universe.
Okay.
Well, future universe. It's his universe that's in the future.
Right.
So essentially, yeah, like they might just have a thing where they can travel from Earth to the moon whenever they want to. It's kind of like a subway train.
Yeah.
It's just going directly up. But so he pretty much. Miles gets on that subway train. All the spider people are still trying to chase him. I mean, there's even a scene in between that where he has a conversation with Peter B. Parker. Peter B. Parker is just like, hey, like, just hold the baby. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be cool. Like, just chill. You know what I'm saying? Like, it happens. You know what I'm saying? Like, Peter B. Parker, he understands that with, like, the fact that his Ben has to die. Like, Peter B. Parker understands that his Ben has to die for him to become the Spider-Man that he is.
Yeah.
So he's trying to give that same like that talk of like you can't have your cake, eat it too to Miles, but Miles is not hearing it. Especially if you hear it prior to it actually happening, like something that you couldn't control at that moment.
You had no idea.
Exactly. Like you ain't gonna I ain't gonna hear that and then be cool with that. You know what I'm saying? Now, Gwen, on the other hand, she knew about the scenario, decided to just, hey, he gonna die. She was like, he gonna die eventually. It is what it is. It's gonna happen. But at the same time, she was dealing with some situations. Like she felt hurt what her dad did. So it is explained for that reason. Like it's not like she's just like cold hearted, wanting him to die like right off bat.
It ain't nothing she can do.
It's nothing. Right. It's just like nothing to do, and like she knows that this canon event is gonna happen and whatever. But yeah, like Peter B. Parker tries to calm Miles down. Miles ain't having it still. Dips out of there. Goes into the little subway train. All the spider people still trying to come out after him. Miguel O'Hara is just like, hey, bro, like, he has that conversation even before they leave that, like, Miles is an anomaly. He shouldn't even become a spider person just because he got bitten by that spider. The other universe's the other universe doesn't even have a spider person. Like, just because what happened with you, Miles, now a whole nother universe doesn't even have it. And it's not even his fault. Like, it just happened that way. You know what I'm saying? So Miles is feeling some type of way in every different regard. And he's dealing with so much at this point in time. Like the Spot is literally powered up, going to try to kill his dad. He's dealing with all these spider people not accepting him for who he is. He's dealing with the fact that Peter B. Parker and Gwen, his closest best friends, betrayed him, not telling him everything that he needed to hear. Like off bat, you would think they would be like rocking with him off rip, but apparently not. He felt betrayed on that end. And yeah, now it's just this race to go home after knowing that like all of this shit has just been a lie this whole time. And it's just, you feel sometimes, you just feel it, right? So they finally catch up to Miles, well, Miguel O'Hara anyway, he finally catches up to Miles. He's just like, hey, like, you ain't gonna mess this up. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's over there, like, getting all aggressive. He was smacking Miles down. You know what I'm saying? Miles was doing his thing for a minute. And then, you know, he does it again. Spider-Punk, being the MVP himself, taught him how to use his whole palm, his powers, his abilities. He uses that and zaps the energy from his suit and gives him the way of like leaving out. Like he ended up dipping on the spider people. And also too, which was a smart move on Miles' part, he actually lured all the spider people away
from where he needed to be.
Exactly, which was also a smart move. This whole movie makes you appreciate who Miles is as a character. You know what I'm saying? Like
He's a smart kid.
He's a smart kid, and people, I feel like they down him because of just where he came from, what he looks like, right? Mm-hmm. But in reality, he is a very highly capable character. Like, he is a very highly capable Spider-Man. You know what I'm saying? He deserves more than any other person to be a Spider person, and that's the whole point of this movie. It's just like to show that this man is like Miles Morales is Spider-Man. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, he ends up dipping after taking out Miguel O'Hara back to the Spider Crib. I'm just gonna call it Spider Crib. Okay. At this point, it's a Spider Crib. Yeah, yeah. It's literally what it is. It's what all the Spider people is. The Spider Crib. But he ends up dipping. Going back to the Spider Crib, apparently they have this device. It's kind of like
the Go Home machine.
The Go Home machine, yeah.
Like not creative. But
it scans Spider people's DNA and it takes them back to where their original universe is from, right?
But it scans their Spider DNA,
and that was the catch. Like so he's getting it to scan his DNA. He's going through all the computers. Spider Bite. Which is also another black representation. Yeah. Love that. But she's like virtual reality headset into it. She ain't even there. Like,
that's kind of hard.
How dope is that? Just to be like, I saved the world just by putting the VR headset on.
I'm in my bedroom. I'm chilling. Yeah. I'm eating snacks, and I'm saving the world.
Literally, like that's this type. That's literally what she is doing. Like, it's just dope. But yeah, so she's doing all that. She's trying to like clean up what Miles is doing. Miles is like, hey, look, I'm trying to get home. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he invisible. She can't see. I mean, she's even using the vision to try to find him, and he's like sneaking up. He's doing upside down flips. Yeah. He's trying to make sure he can get home, right? Mm-hmm. So he's doing all that, and by that time, Miguel O'Hara finally gets there. He's like freaking breaking get him out of there. He's trying, he ready. Spider-Bite looks at him and is like literally about to like hit the cancel, hit the reboot. Yeah. And you know what I'm saying? She's like, hey, let Miles go. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just don't even do it. You know what I'm saying? She don't even do it. She lets Miles go. Miles even understood. Mm-hmm. I think Miles even understood. She didn't even have to say nothing. After he looked at her and she looked back, he was like, I'm out of here, bro. He said, I'm out of here. Let's go. So he ends up going to a whole different universe. Well, shit. I mean, we didn't know, but
you know how we talked about like how all the universes look differently, but this one looked just like Miles, just darker.
And right. It looked just like Miles's universe. Just a little darker. Yeah. He's thinking he's finally made it. He's finally home. Literally, Miguel O'Hara has his own little separate team. Essentially, he gets like the clone Peter Parker, and he gets obviously Spider-Woman to go into Miles's I think it's 1610 universe. Yeah. Goes directly into his universe to try to track down Miles. Same with Gwen. Well, Jesus, Gwen. Oh my God, that was that whole little thing. We missed the whole Gwen. Yeah, Gwen actually, after Miles ended up escaping, Miguel O'Hara ended up saying, hey, you need to go back home. All right, you're doing too much. All right. So she ends up going back home and reconciling with her father, which she finds out her father actually quit the Force, and apparently, if he's not captain, he's not gonna die, right? Yep. So she's thinking, okay, all the holes barred. Like Miles actually could be correct in this. There might be a loophole in there, you know,
to stop the canon event.
Exactly, could stop the canon event. So ends up giving
Hobie quit.
Yeah, Hobie quit. Like, Hobie quit. Hobie literally just threw his whole he threw his watch. It was just like, I'm out of here.
But you don't realize throughout the movie, he just grabbing stuff.
Yeah, he was stealing stuff through the whole, like that whole time they was about to talk to Miguel O'Hara in the beginning, he was stealing stuff in between. Mm-hmm. And he was even telling Miles, like, hey, bro, like, why don't you just build your own stuff? Like, why do you need these spider people? Mm-hmm. Like, why don't you just do your own thing? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And he's such a rebel for that. Like, he's just like, hey, and the whole time he was doing that, he was building his own watch.
That's why
he was
perfect.
building his own. He is perfect.
He was perfect
oh
for
my
Spider-Man.
God, he is perfect
For a kid who was going through a rebellious phase.
Right, exactly.
To find the rebel Spider-Man.
To find the rebel Spider-Man at that age of just rebellion is just it's perfect. And it fits his character, everything. Like, oh my God. I even heard it took like freaking 3 years to animate.
Cause he's like, he's newspaper patchwork,
everything.
Like, it was dope though.
He's doing a lot. It was just dope. It was just dope. But yes, I hope he comes in clutch again. He sends a watch, the custom made watch, his watch. He sends it to Gwen's universe just in case she needs help. She needs to find Miles, and comes in clutch. Literally. Ends up like assembling a team, but that's like separate, right? So she ends up assembling the team of the original OG Spider people from the first movie. Like you got exactly. You got Spider Ham, you got Nicolas Cage and Spider Noir. You know what I'm saying? With the new Indian Spider-Man, and you got the freaking you got Spider Bite there now. Like, hey, they are there, boys. But squad. But yes, now Miles, thinking he's clean and out of the way, thinking he's good. He's finally made it home. He wants to open up to his mother for the first time. He's just like, hey,
I gotta tell you something.
Like, I'm gonna let you know. I've been hiding this whole time. I am Spider-Man, and the mother just doesn't know who the hell Spider-Man is.
Bro, what you
like, who's Spider-Man? What do you? What? Like, it's the perfect the perfect meme. Like, what you talking about, bro? Like,
exactly.
Like, what you talking about, bro? So yeah, she doesn't know what exactly is going on.
I see Russell Westbrook right here.
Yeah.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
That might have to go out, buddy. But yeah, like Uncle Aaron comes in, he's hugging him. He's having a good, he's just like, oh man, like a rush of emotions. Like he hadn't seen his uncle in so long. But at the same time, he's also realizing, like, yeah, like I'm in this different universe. Like this ain't even my universe. This ain't it. Like like he was realizing it before even Uncle Aaron came in. And then when Uncle Aaron came in, it was just like, boom. It was just a realization. And and his mom, since his dad is dead in this universe, it seems like his mom is getting a lot of financial backing from his uncle. His uncle obviously doing some shady stuff in the background, which is
we don't know.
Well, I mean, we don't know for. I mean, we kind of know.
We got an idea.
We got an idea. We know what that Miles is doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, where you get the idea? Where'd that Miles get the idea from? You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I'm gonna say this. Just because he's the Prowler doesn't mean. I mean, maybe I should have said that. So cool. So just because he's the Prowler doesn't mean he's necessarily evil. You don't necessarily know that. Because Uncle Aaron, because he kept saying my Uncle Aaron could have been good. He just didn't know how. What if you don't know? We just assuming because the Prowler was a bad guy in the first universe.
Maybe this Uncle Aaron is actually a nicer person.
Could be, or he could still be bad. I don't know.
He could still be bad.
I don't know, but I wasn't ready to like write him off as like definitely bad.
Definitely got me thinking about it now. I'm just like, damn, what's this Uncle Aaron there? But he had to have some kind of like
He's getting money from somewhere.
Yeah, I feel like Miles had to have some negative influence somewhere too. True. I mean, there is literally no positive influence other than his father, which you could tell, like, whoever painted that mural of his father, like, obviously cared about him and thought of him as a hero. So his father was still his father in a way. Yeah. It's just he went opposite direction.
Wait a minute, was Uncle Aaron a bad influence? In the original, like.
I mean, because the thing is, Uncle Aaron in Into the Spider-Verse definitely gave him like somewhat of like inspiration. Like
Uncle Ben.
His Uncle Ben. He was letting him express himself with like the graffiti and stuff like that. He was just like away from his parents that were like more strict. Like it's just like his uncle was his way of loosening up. Jesus, I can't even get the word out.
I got you.
But I mean, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people have had those similar situations with parents, like different parents, you know, and like you go to that favorite uncle, favorite auntie, favorite relative that just like, you know, it's a little bit more lax, a little bit more chill. that let you express yourself and be who you want to be, away from the strict parents that just want you to stay one road. They don't want you to stop being a bad kid. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it was like his way of expressing himself. And I would assume for this other universe, it's a situation of like, since the dad wasn't there, and since Uncle Aaron was the one that actually picked up most of the dad figure, on top of the fact that like he was able to express himself and be who he wanted to be more with Uncle Aaron than he was with his father when he was alive. Yeah. Then he just took even more of Uncle Aaron's figure and just became like the Prowler, like, you know. True. So yeah, it's such a deep dive and dynamic of the whole thing. But yeah, so they back to the story. So he goes up there. I know. We went off a tangent. But yeah, he goes up the stairs with Uncle Aaron. Uncle Aaron's just like, yeah, come on, like we doing stuff, like you know what we supposed to do. Come on. Yeah, you remember? He even notices his hair's changed. Like there's another big question of when did Aaron, like Uncle Aaron know what this Miles was wrong? You know what I'm saying? When Miles hugged him. I think it was like I don't think that universe Miles was ever hugging his uncle like that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, the hair change, the hug, the different like tone of voice, probably isn't even as Hispanic, knowing that, you know what I'm saying, he's mainly been raised by his mother. It's just like all of it was fully off, right? Yeah. And they finally get to the roof, the rooftop of like their building, and you see a mural of his father, apparently that has passed away in this universe. And you also see the city that's just like trash, destroyed. This is the universe that Spider-Man does not exist, because that spider person, or that spider that would have bit that person, went to his universe, 1610 universe, and bit him. So he's feeling somewhat of regret here. Like, I mean, I could see him feeling somewhat like a bad, like, damn, like, but it's not his fault. Like, and he knows it's not his fault, but at the same time, it's just like, dang, like, I have to figure out what's going on in this universe. And that's why, another reason why I do appreciate them having to do a second part of this, because there's a whole lot of other things to unravel with that. Yes. In terms of what's all going on in this universe, how to solve the problem in this universe, or is it even if this problem in this other universe is even solvable? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, and also, is it meant to be? How it's meant to be. That's the crazy part. But yeah, just going down. I'm with you. Yeah, like it's something to think about. Like, dang, like this movie really got me thinking. But yeah, so get to, like, you know, he's looking at the mural, says rest in power. He's just like, dang, this is the universe my dad actually dies. Before he even got there, like he was racing to his universe to save his father, knowing that this universe his father's already dead, which is crazy. He's seeing that, and then as he's looking at that, Uncle Aaron's behind him, like what the? Yeah, like he looked how he had the sus, like man's is not my man. He said, "Man's is not my man's," and then you see like a Prowler figure just like knock his ass out. Right? He hit him with one. And
what made me think, like, I was like, well, what made me think that he's not inherently evil is because usually when Miles is in any trouble, his spider senses go off. True. His spider senses didn't go off.
His spider senses did not
go off. Maybe, I don't know what the rules are of the Spidey sense, but maybe if it's you,
right. Do your spider senses go off if it is you? That is crazy. That's another part of this. I'm just like, I'm trying to figure out why didn't his spider senses go off? That is kind of crazy.
Maybe he never was in danger. I don't know.
See, look, we putting too many theories out there. There's too much to talk about. It's like, oh my god, there's so many rabbit holes you can freaking dive into this movie. Yeah. But hey, gold here, right? Like we talk about, hey, black excellence, black experience. This is the podcast. This is what we do. We talk, we discuss, we talk about, we chill out. Yeah. We talk about the media. Yeah. And all that. But anyway, while we talk our stuff. But yeah, so He sees all that, gets knocked out, finds out he's on the punching bag. He's on a punching bag, which actually mirrors into the Spider-Verse with Peter B. Parker on the punching bag. He's just on the punching bag. He's just like, literally, like, what's going on? Uncle Aaron is just like, he's chilling. He looked like he about to chop him up.
Yo, I'm sitting there like, shit.
I was like, dang, it's R.I.P. for Miles, bro. I was like, dang, is Miles done? Like, it's over. He puts the Prowler, like, the claw on, and then when he does that punch, I'm like, bro, did he just kill Miles? Like, I was really thinking he was gonna kill Miles. I even heard some people in the movie theater, like, gasping, like, oh, did they kill Miles? Like,
they better not kill Miles.
But nah, he didn't. He was just like, hey, bro, look, I'm gonna let you know right now, I ain't even a problem. I don't know what to tell you.
I think at that point he was like, all right, bro, that's enough, because, like, you saying a lot of crazy
stuff right now, and you glitching out. Like, that's another thing.
Yeah.
He's dealing with the fact that he doesn't have a band, so he's glitching the fuck out. He had, like, he's glitching out. So yeah, he has a lot of situations going on right now at the same time. But Uncle Aaron's not hearing it. He's just like, you ain't my Miles, and I'm not the Prowler. Look over there. And like literally, the Prowler jumps down, and you're just like, whoa, who is this?
He just walks up. He's smooth. The Jordans.
I
feel like I gotta have
so
a pair.
smooth. I actually heard that they're like the Jordans are exclusive. Like they're exclusive. Like there's only 100. Like they said they only made 100, and it was for like the people who made the movie, the actors, and. Yeah. So,
why they don't play like that?
I don't understand. Cause you can get Miles' shoes.
Yep.
But you can't like the Prowler shoe. You can't get his. Crazy. But I don't know. Maybe with the popularity of the movie, they'll eventually like release those shoes. It's cool because they got the little bags and the back and stuff like that for the little gadgets. Oh my god. But yeah, he comes out. Cool as can be. I'm just like, what? There is no way there's another Miles. And come to find out, this is Universe 42's Miles, bro. With braids, full on. Like, he says Miles Morales more gangsta.
He says it way more Spanish.
He says it way more Spanish. Miles Morales. Like, he says it with some bass on his chest. Oh my god.
And that makes you think, like, what's the difference? Like, well, the difference... Probably he hasn't had his dad in a while.
That's true. Like, I mean, that's what he heard. He was like, hey, like, you said my dad's alive? Oh, okay. That's cool to know.
I'm sitting there like, whoa.
He's like, that's good to know. Like, we trying to figure out.
What's that mean?
There's so many things. Like, we're trying to figure this out. Like even Yuki, like, she brought up, like, what if this universe is Miles and that universe is, like, Uncle Aaron? Like, what if they had something to do with the father's death? Like,
it seemed like it's one or the other. Like they both, like the Davis brothers can't. Only one can live. Like,
literally,
you know what I mean?
literally. So yeah, so he puts the Prowler hand on the punching bag with Miles, and it's literally just Miles on Miles at this point. Miles is trying to figure out how to get out of this scenario, this situation, out of the punching bag. He's already been a punching bag to all the other Spider people. He's trying to get back home. But yeah, this is all stuff. Cliffhanger. And then also the Spot is in a whole different universe about to fuck up his universe. Like, I'm just like, there's so many scenarios going on. They left it on the cliffhanger. It was a wrap after that. It was the very end. And we got cut off. There was so many people in the movie theaters, like, so pissed. So it was like, more.
Like, this ain't where you cut it off.
Exactly. This ain't it. Okay, this ain't it. We care about these characters right now. Like, you cannot cut this off right now.
Yeah.
We need more. Okay. I brought two of my best friends in there. It was just like, they was raging mad. Part of me wanted to like let them know ahead of time, because this is the second time me watching it, and this is the first time them watching it. It's like part of me wanted to let them know that there was going to be a cliffhanger, there's going to be part 2, but I just let them ride. I just let them experience it.
Let them feel the feel.
And just like them being pissed genuinely was hilarious to me, because I'm just like, I was the same way. It took me like a couple hours after leaving that theater to be like, okay, I'm cool with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I'm just like, yeah, they couldn't rush everything that they have to explain and do and tie up and too much.
It was
too much going
2
on.
hours and some minutes.
Yeah, we already got a two-hour ride of Spider-Verse. Like, let me chill out. Let me contemplate it. Let me come up with a bunch of theories for about a year.
We ain't gotta wait that long.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and then boom, then it's out. Then we back to the races. But yeah.
That brings like, what do you think? What do you think? What do you think is about to happen?
Okay, the speculation of what we think is going on, right?
Yeah.
Freaking, I wrote.
You wrote it down. You was prepared.
I wrote this down.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Like, there's not, but like, I had to like put my like thoughts into writing.
Okay.
But what do you think? First off,
Okay.
While I find this,
Like it just makes me think like, okay, Miles is shook, right? But Miles, Prowler Miles is not shook. He's calm as as can be, which makes me think that he wants something.
True.
But what does he want? I don't know. Maybe he wants his spider. He wants them to eat. I don't know. They deal with quantum physics. That's what they loved, like in school when he was talking to the counselor.
Yeah.
And that makes me think like he might have something up his sleeve to like either dimension hop or he can get his spider powers.
True.
If he knows that they.
True. If he knows he's the original OG of that spider.
You got something in mind.
He might have something in mind. Like he's definitely coming for something that Miles has. Whether that be a alive father or whether that be the spider powers that he possesses, like that Miles has now a new objective with this new Miles being in his universe, right?
Yeah.
But yeah,
What you got?
So in terms of like the whole canon events thing, right? So I just kind of broke down. What I did, I just broke down different like canon events.
You wrote an essay.
Yeah, kind of
I got
different canon events, right?
Okay.
I'm gonna be quick with it, right? So Toby lost Ben. Like we gonna start from the beginning.
Okay, I got you.
Toby lost Ben. Almost lost Aunt May to Dr. Octavius. Almost lost Mary Jane.
Yep.
Obviously. Lost his mentor, Dr. Octavius. So he did lose Doc Ock. Lost his best friend Harry.
Yep.
For sure, being Green Goblin, and lost his father, which he also cared about his father even prior to becoming Green Goblin.
Right.
So that was pretty crazy. Andrew lost Gwen. Also, Dr. Connors, I feel like, was like an important mentor to him too. So he kind of lost him too in terms of like, I mean, he didn't die, but it's kind of like he lost his mentor, right? They didn't really do much with Andrews. Tom Holland lost Tony Stark. That's his mentor. That's his like, main brand. But that's him. That's his. Like that's crazy, right? Lost his Aunt May. Yeah. Lost his best friend, Mary Jane. Like. All because of memory, though. Yeah. Not even just based off of death. I don't even know if that's worse. Like, to have your closest people like die, or have your closest people not remember you even existing.
But to having the loss or to not have it all.
Yeah. I feel like to have them in memory is way more important to not have them at all in memory.
Okay.
Like his aunt, even being dead, doesn't know that she had a nephew.
True.
That's crazy to me. All that time spent just gone, right?
Damn.
So yeah, Tom Holland's Spider-Man's dealing with a lot, right?
Okay.
Already in itself. So all right. So now we get to Miles, right? So far, Miles has lost Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So his universe Spider-Man and his uncle. Right? So this is my thing. The spider that bit him might not be canon.
Okay.
But he is natively in his own universe.
Right.
Taking over for his Spider-Man after his death. So in turn, if canon is a thing, basically, due to sir. Oh, basically, since he took over for Peter Parker, he's due to take over the losses that Peter Parker would have if he were to still be alive. It's like I'm thinking he kind of like took over, like once he took on the mantle as a Spider person, it's just like that Peter had to die and he took over the rings, and then now he has to go through those same canon events. If this is all meant to be true, mind you, because we don't know if Miguel O'Hara, like the whole canon event has to happen for the universe to break down thing. We don't know if it's true for sure or not, right? So, so essentially, I feel like so he just took on a lot of like the problems that Peter Parker would have to deal with in his own universe. Just try not to just read it like point blank.
I got you.
Let's see, Peter Parker replacement, just like his other universe self that was supposed to be bitten by that. Okay, I'm just gonna read this like right off the bat. Okay, so so where did I start? Spider-Man that bit him might not be canon, but it was natively to his own universe, taking over that Spider-Man after his death. So in turn, if canon is a thing, he is due to suffer the same loss as Peter Parker is supposed to replace in the replacement, just like his other universe selves that was supposed to be bitten by that exact spider. But that universe Miles lost his dad instead of leading him to become the Prowler. Our universe Miles would have to lose one of his parents, but the next movie could really change the canon, the quote-unquote canon, and Miles could be the one to break the chain of losses, as his story is pretty unique compared to the other Spider people.
Okay.
It could very well be that since he isn't supposed to be a Spider-Man, he could set up a whole new canon and be the first Spider-Man that doesn't suffer any more losses, minus Spider-Man India.
Yeah.
But we'll see when the next movie drops. That's pretty much what I wrote. But yeah, so it's a lot coming into it, because it's like he's not a conventional Spider person, right? So the way I feel like his story is put out, like just the fact that he wasn't even supposed to be he wasn't even like supposed to be Spider-Man in his own universe. I feel like he can rewrite the canon. If that is the scenario, if that is the case.
If he isn't supposed to be Spider-Man, who is he supposed to be? Is he supposed to be the Prowler?
That is the question at the end of the day.
You see what I'm saying?
Because that's another thing too. Because it's just like if the Spider did not jump into Miles' universe, would Miles turn out to be still like a good person, a good, you know what I'm saying? Would he? You know what I'm saying? Or would he lean more into the Prowler? Now they did show into, like, I did see a clip, like basically them showing like Into the Spiderverse, how like him interacting with Peter Parker for the first time, like his universe Peter Parker. When they first interacted, both their spider senses went off. Yeah. But Miles' spider sense was like purple. And Peter's spider sense was red, obviously.
Purple and what? Was it another?
It was like purple and green or something like that.
That sounds like the Prowler to me.
Exactly. So like in Miles' universe, 1610. Miles' universe. So in 1610's universe, he could have been the Prowler. Like we don't know. And in the other universe, that Miles could have been Spider-Man, and you know, his father probably his father probably didn't even have to die. Who knows? Yeah. Like there's just too much to speculate. There's a lot.
The correlation to me seems to be Gwen, because Peter Parker didn't become Spider-Man in her universe. He became the Lizard Man or whatever it was.
True.
Like, so if you special, you're gonna be special. Yeah, that's kind of low key the theme that I'm low key getting. Like, if you're gonna be special, you're gonna be special one way or another. True. Whether it's other side of the coin, or you know what I mean.
Yeah, and I feel bad for Gwen too, because like in every universe she dies, like basically being with Peter Parker. Yeah. And even Miles was like, hey, like maybe things are different. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we can change some things.
I'm not Peter.
Exactly. And apparently in the comics they get together and even and I'm not too deep into the comics, so I can't really like go off of that. But yeah, it's a lot. But yes, I mean, essentially concludes with that. I do want to talk about one Easter egg that we didn't talk about. The Childish Gambino one.
Oh yeah,
was perfect. Jesus, because we seen him in the first Spider-Man movie, and he was uncle to Miles, of course, and he was, I don't know what the scenario was. He was doing some shady stuff. Spider-Man was like, nah, stop that. And they were chilling, and apparently like the webbing doesn't go away for like a couple hours. So he's just like, Miles, I'm gonna be late to your birthday. I'm sorry. So you hear that, so you know there's gonna be a live action Miles at some point at the end of the day. Can't wait for that. Can't wait. Like, see Donald Glover in there was amazing. To see a live action Prowler too. Like he becomes a Prowler at some point. I don't know if in Miles' universe, a different universe, but he does become a Prowler at some point. Maybe even in the MCU 1999, he might become Prowler, which is pretty cool. But yeah, I just had to talk about that because that was like really that was crazy. That was just definitely like linked to the MCU for sure.
That's a full circle moment.
That's a full circle moment.
And you gotta have Tom Holland and whoever plays live action.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Like it has to happen that way.
What's the last movie is called? Beyond the Spider.
Beyond the Spider. That's the thing. That's the whole thing. Like I made a video about this. I was just like, I feel like at some point, like this whole Beyond the Spiderverse might actually be seeing live action Miles at some point.
That's
like we might actually see another universe of live action Miles. We might actually see this live action version of Miles in the MCU. But I can't wait. This is just speculation. There's so much we can speculate about this movie, but this movie was amazing. What do you rate this movie?
I think it's easy 10 out of 10. Bro.
Easy 10 out of 10. I've seen some people kind of like, I can't really give it a 10 out of 10 because it's like it's not like full package. Like it doesn't have the end. I'm sorry. Like out of everything that I've seen, even with it just being cut where it needed to, where it was
perfect.
It's still perfect. Best superhero movie I've ever seen. Like best. I was saying best Spider-Man movie. Best superhero movie I've seen in a while. All right, especially animated. Like best animation I've seen in a while too. Hands down. If you haven't seen it yet, which I don't know why you were watching this video, you haven't seen it yet. You need to see it. But anyway, yes, the movie was amazing. We're both saying 10 out of 10. I don't know about you, but yeah, it's 10 out of 10. Black X, XP, Black Experience. Okay, we level up. We you know what I'm saying? We level up. Like that's the first like, hey, look, that's the first time that's the first look. You see that? That's Spider-Man catching right there. Spider Senses, what? We didn't even talk about the Metro Boomin album, but we can.
That's a different one. That's
a whole different conversation. Okay?
So we had a convo off camera. We need to come back to this.
Yeah. If y'all want to hear us talk about the Metro Boomin album, let us know. We just want to talk about different stuff in the media, superhero stuff, nerdy stuff, music, video games, whatever it is. Or we might even do some reactions here. I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, if you like the video, like and share, comment down below. Let us know how you like it. We're going to continue doing what we do best. But yes, Across the Spiderverse.
Yes, sir.
Amazing freaking movie.
Yes, sir.
Can't wait for y'all to see it. But yes, I'll see y'all.
All right, y'all.
All right, y'all. Peace.